Hello, everybody, and welcome into another Steve Henry Show. We are doing today Cinco de Mayo. Why, Steve? We're late. Yeah, we are late. We did 2 Mother's Days, if you recall. We gave away a Jeep or 2 last week. And to put shows together and keep that all in sync, we decided to bump the old Cinco up ahead. So today we are doing Cinco de Mayo. Now, a little different Cinco de Mayo. Fish tacos is our main entree. That's what we do each week. We take an entree and we try to break that down, unpack it for you in the sense of about 6 people. We're going to prepare it. Probably like you've seen before. A fish taco is a fish taco, but wait till you see the presentation. That's where we knock it out of the park. That's where the people get into the car after they have a meal at your residence after watching the Steve Henry Show, and you put it together like this. They get in their car and they're silent for the first 10 minutes, and then they start talking. Did you see that? Yeah. How about that fish? Did you see the fish? My God, I saw the dolphins. What fish? Yeah, it's all about the wow, and that's what we shoot for here. It's a cooking show. Lasts about 30 minutes. We love to give, as you know. Giving is what we do here. Today we've got the slot machines in the corner there. We've got cash on the spinner. If you put your name in there and say, Steve, I'm here, that's how you get your name in the spinner. We give you about 20 minutes to do that. It's just so much fun. We just have, maybe this will go an hour one day. I want to stay here, like I told you before, till 7 o'clock one night, sitting in a chair, maybe having, hey, George, is that a Dos Equis there? Yeah, a Dos Equis. Maybe having a Dos Equis till 7 o'clock, just spinning, giving out the cash back from the proceeds of the YouTube bonanza, which, again, as I've mentioned before, we haven't seen. But anyways, let's take a little tour. In the glass, we do have, for those that are a Dos Equis drinker, check out those kegs. Those are available now. Now, again, if you're not a drinker or it was once one, hey, we certainly respect the heck out of you and commend you on your efforts for your new life. If you are a adult beverage drinker, then you can look this over and say, wow, that's pretty cool. It is a kegger of Dos Equis. As we go forward here, we've got our pepper tray. Oh, we have some blood on the table. Yes, the Cinco de Mayo celebration, there is a reason to celebrate if you are a Mexican descent. Napoleon III attempted, while Abraham Lincoln was doing the Civil War gig and all that stuff was going on, he attempted to invade and overthrow the Mexican government. Didn't work out too well. They had 8,000 troops to the puny 4,000 troops of Mexico, but Mexico, as we said in the Wednesday video, booted their buddy out, and they just got out. There's blood on the table, yes. Mexico has retained their sovereignty, which is great. The actual Cinco de Mayo, May 5th, is actually celebrated in, I believe it's September. Los Angeles is the biggest city of that celebration, even bigger than Mexico, believe it or not. Los Angeles just thrives on the idea of Cinco de Mayo celebration. I think they thrive on celebration nonetheless. The piñatas, of course, are cool, and then the very top left over here, we have our homemade sombreros. Now, what are you gonna do with those? Those are homemade sombreros. You can see the string hanging. You can see the cap there. We're going to flip those over, and those are actually going to be our appetizer today. You would put that on the table. It is a chip and guacamole and chip and queso presentation. I'll show you how those flip over and come into progress there. But you would put that on your table early on prior to the actual entree being served. Moving along, we have the final, you can kind of do the condiments there on the table, the peppers. You know, get them in the mood, baby, because that's what it is. We got to get them in the mood. Always set a table, and that's what we're going to try to do here. I'm going to try to raise this bar every week and raise this table so you guys can blow their minds. And literally, it doesn't take that much. The videos that we'll put together one day will have the step-by-step way to do this, and it's not difficult. I do this in between phone calls and people cussing me out and all this good stuff on a Saturday by myself. I just love it, baby. But nonetheless, that's how easy it is. So up on top, we have the. I'm going to come in for the. I'm going to come in for this because it's just too cool to say from afar. This is Goldie the goldfish. She resides on the carousel. We're going to spin her around. This is a cantaloupe with some barnacles and some fins and strawberries and grapes and a mouth to boot. This is what you'd see in your aquarium, your aquatic room there, on a bed of blue gelatin, or blue aspic as it's also known. Very pretty. The fish tacos will nest themselves in the final resting place in the center. And then we have the dolphin show. The dolphins are, oh man, that's my favorite fish, Swedish fish, and they are eating and having a good time. Looks like they found a school of Swedish fish there. Those are dolphins out of bananas sitting in a salsa on compass. Again, if you want salsa on your taco. The fish taco is a somewhat popular item, getting more popular as the years progress. You'll go into a restaurant now and see that. It is basically, if you got the right one, a good fresh piece of fried Alaskan cod, tempura style, which we're going to do today. We're going to show you how that assembles. But it's pretty simple. You would be educating most people. About 46% of people are really familiar with a fish taco, and about the same will only eat that. Now, that's odd to me because tempura fish, fish and chips, that's about a high 80 percentile in a restaurant. It's the same thing. It's a fish and chip just wrapped in a corn tortilla shell, and they put it in on a bed of cabbage, or slaw, if you will, and a little chipotle. We're going to top that off with a little chipotle, and it's going to be one heck of a meal when you bite into that fish taco. It's new, it's different. Try something new, people. That's what we do. So that is the final presentation today. If you were to put that on display on your table to your party of 5, 6, or what have you, I guarantee you the wow effect would take place. Now, how does this all come together? We're going to show you that in the limited time that we have. We have some announcements that I like to always bring in. We had a new baby, another baby born on the show. That's right, Isabel Clover. This belongs to Titus and Stephanie, a baby girl born actually on Cinco de Mayo. Congratulations go out to them. The 2 Jeep winners from last week, we are driving literally across the state of New Mexico tomorrow, leaving here about 10 o'clock departure time, and we are heading towards Tucumcari, New Mexico for, yes, you, Lori. We're going to meet you there. There isn't much there, not Tucumcari, just a little city outside of Tucumcari, but we'll meet you there with your brand new Jeep. I drove that home last night. I'll drive it home again tonight. Had it detailed for you. It's looking good, baby. That's all I can tell you. And then sitting right behind it is a 2012 Jeep, which will be on its way to Michigan. We have some issues there, not ours, not hers. It's just personal issues that we're working out to get a timetable to get that Jeep to Michigan as quickly as possible. So those 2 Jeeps. Now, if you're new to the show, I'm going to mention real quick, we do spin. Put your name in there by just saying, hey, Steve, I'm here. That allows you entrance into a little card, which Shanna puts on the board there, gives it a spinner, brings it to me at 4:20, and I sit there and spin. I'll do that a couple times for a couple $100. I'll do that a few times for $50. I got the Jackers here. Let's talk about the Jackers. The Jackers. I am still waiting for 777s. It's so frustrating. When I hit a 777, what I'm going to do, somebody today will walk away with some money on that 777s if I get a 777s. And I'm not done yet. I'm going to do this until I am so, hey. Oh, see how close that is? I don't know about your luck. Maybe it's just me. Huh? I should be rigging these things. But anyways, when we hit a jackpot, that's going to be some money for somebody who I pull out of a spinner also. So, also new, we do give away a Jeep away, as you mentioned. We gave 2 away last week. We're going to give another one away just before Father's Day this month, and I took my hand, had her house, can't wait till tomorrow. Laura, I can't either think. Gabe's there. Hello, Gabe. And by the way, we also have a Wednesday or Thursday. I'm going to have to rephrase that to Thursday push out on an email. In that email, I asked for a number between 1 and 25, 1 and 50, whatever. This week, it was 1 and 25, and the answer was, we had a clue. Yes, people are wondering, we need an answer. We need some help here, Steve. A clue. All right, Blue, we give you a clue. So what we did was well, let's go back here. I said pork ribs was our clue. How many ribs are on a side of pork? It's the only bovine animal that has 14. If you guessed 14, you were correct. Now, I took the first people in the comment section on Wednesday that produced that answer of 14, and there were 2 winners side by side within minutes of that release of that email. So you got to be fast on your feet. I may have to change that up a little bit, but yes, there were 2 winners. A lot of people got that right. How many ribs on a bovine animal of a pig? It's 14. Everyone else has 13. That's kind of odd, but that's the situation that it was. So 14 was the lucky winner. So we have that contest as well. I'm always going to be coming up with new ways to give, because that is what the show is all about. All right, it is also, as I mentioned, a cooking show. We are going to light some burners. And in doing so, we have new cameras facing us everywhere. I can't get away with nothing. We're going to light some burners. And what that is going to produce when we get the burners lit and the oil hot is going to be our tempura cod. Now, that is an Alaskan cod. I've seen salmon used. You could probably use any kind of fish. I've even seen shrimp. Shrimp taco is actually pretty good. They marinate that a little bit in some cilantro and lime, put it on the grill. Very tasty. Pull out the innards and the tail, of course, so it's 100% edible. But it's becoming a new trend. So you want to jump on that new trend. You want to be part of the new gig, right? Has everybody noticed it's kind of tough out here lately? I mean, it is getting tougher and tougher to cohabitate amongst the brethren here in probably any state, but man, the traffic and the attitude of the people, I'm just appalled at how we're treating each other in traffic and on the road. And I'm a California driver. I was born and raised in California. I know the ramifications of pulling out in front of somebody. If you don't gun it and speed it up, you're going to be in trouble. Well, it's just the whole ambiance and social fabric. It just seems to be in decay mode. And I hope this show is a community, and it sure looks like it as I look at these comments on Sundays. You guys are awesome. I love you guys. You guys are coming together. I'd love to have a community. Wouldn't it be great about city limits of the Steve Henry Show of people? Because you guys are awesome. I mean, you care for one another. I mean, getting involved with people's birthdays, and I missed a lot of those. Word Builder, Christian, you had a birthday. Heather Potter, Super Dud. I mean, I missed all those birthdays. But just in recognition of those, Bo and everybody. I wish I could name everybody. I mean, MYOB is in the room. You like tilapia. Tilapia is good. It's kind of that bottom fish. I don't know about the bottom figures. Lisa is here. It's pronounced L-E-S-A or spelled L-E-S-A. Emmy Media! You have an extra little cash coming your way from last week. Alexis is here. That's great. I'd love to see Yenny. And you brought your brother in, I believe, this week. I hope the gorilla's on the house. All right, so the appetizers, we'll start with that. This is your sombrero, loved ones. So your sombrero is going to start with your guacamole and your chips. We're simply going to put the guacamole in the upside down hat of the sombrero, and you would literally put that upside down on your sombrero, and you would serve that as chips and guacamole. And over here you would have your queso. Now your queso is, you can put any kind of temperature you want on that, but your queso is awesome as well. You would put that upside down, just take that sombrero cap and tip it over. Got to find a nice level place for that, because if that comes down, it's going to come down on me, and I don't want cheese sauce on me that quite early in the show. All right, so we're going to turn up some burgers. That is how you would display. You could put some spoons in there if you want, but you could literally pass that around or take that on your hand. But that is your sombreros on your table with your cerveza, and you would simply serve your guests your chips and your guacamole and queso from your sombrero hat. We have something called tortware, and that is a portion of our tortware where everything is edible when we do a Mexican type of meal. You'll see today this plate will suffice as the holding device for your fish tacos and your salsa and your or chips and queso, or however you want to do it. All right, now to the fish portion of it. This is, again, the Alaskan cod. It's the finest cod you can buy. Fresh is good. It's always a good product when you can buy it fresh, or you can do it frozen, either way. But again, it's quite simple. You would just take a sliver, we call that a sliver of your cod, your Alaska cod, and you would literally just dust it. What do you dust it in, Steve? Well, you dust it in any type of seasoned flour that you would like, and you would literally just put, oil's not quite hot yet. We want some good hot oil, but your sliver, now how many slivers? Well, 2 per taco is a good way to do that. And again, the thinner the better, and of course, you would check for bones. The last thing you want to do is have your guest bite into a bone. Unless you're JB or Moses. And by the way, which are both here today. We'll bring them in later, perhaps. JB stands for, somebody asked me last week, what does JB stand for? John the Baptist. That's pretty cool. And then, of course, Moses. Moses was the first to come. Whoa, look at that salsa. I told you that cheese was going to drip. You rotten jackal. These guys set me up for failure. No, I'm just kidding. All right, so we're going to put some fish in the tank here. Goldilocks, made out of a cantaloupe. There in the display portion of the carousel. Pretty cool. You could put something in her mouth if you wanted to. The Swedish fish was the only thing I could find for the dolphin show. They actually love Swedish fish. How do I know that? I do know that. All right, so here we go. Now, we are literally putting enough fish in here to just give you an idea of how this works. Again, tempura batter. Look at that cheese. That's a good effect there. Did you get that, George? That cheese is melting off the box there. That's pretty cool. That is a live show. You can't get any better than that. Queso cheese melting off a cardboard box that I painted yesterday for the props for the show. And the show is getting props. Is the show not looking good? I think the show's starting to look pretty good. All right, jackpot, let's do it. God darn it, I'm going to hit him. Hit me 2 of them. That is so frustrating. You have no idea how badly I want to give $100 away twice. Hey, we got it. Okay, we got a binger. We got one. We got one jackpot. Okay, you know what that means. Somebody's going to walk away with $100. And Teeter time. Teeter, you can't do that. You're part of the program here. Jesse McKagan's here. That's great. Gorilla Mad. And oh, your brother-in-law. Oh, yeah. I got it. Raina's here today. Hello, Raina. JB and Moses, yeah, they're around somewhere. We'll grab them. Gabe will eat it. Hello, Gabe. Gabe will eat Goldie. You know what? Goldie is edible. By the way, that is part of the ambiance or presentation that we want to stay focused on. We prepare everything to be edible, and that's the whole idea of the show and the food and the presentation portion, as in the tortware. Everything is edible. So again, when your guests get in the car, or here's something else that you're going to find fascinating. When the next holiday arrives, Father's Day, okay, they're going to say, hey, you're watching the Steve Henry Show. Yes, I am. Well, then why don't we just have Father's Day over at your house? And that's not a bad idea, actually. You'll start to notice, it's kind of like when somebody gets a pickup truck, everybody wants to move and borrow your truck, right? That's kind of same concept. You'll find that as you produce one of these festivities in your, say, Mother's Day, Christmas, whatever it is, birthday, graduation, when you produce one of these to a series of guests, family or otherwise, you're going to become the person they all now turn to when it comes to so-and-so's birthday. It's a cool thing. You can do a lot with food, and to be known as the food dude in your family, pretty cool because you watch the show. And again, it's all about presentation. It's everything. But again, yes, Gabe, you're right. Everything is edible. That fish, that cantaloupe, Goldie, you can eat Goldie without any, well, I don't know. She's pretty. Without too much... without too many problems there. All right, so the fish is cooking. I wanted to show you, actually, how we're going to make a taco, okay? I promised you that. We have one slot available. You can actually get one of these taco devices at a Walmart. This is like $5 in the barbecue section, but it's so easy to fold your taco as you present your shell, and then you could fill it without making a mess, and they can grab it, and you can do several of these as you go. We're going to make that shell, but we're going to finish the fish here. Again, this is just a simple tempura batter. We used our Dos Equis beer. Very simple, nothing fancy about it. A good beer, no water, just beer in the rice flour and a little bit of cake flour. Produces a nice fluffy batter, which is prepared golden brown. We want to make sure that fish is obviously cooked all the way through. We're not doing a sushi show yet, or today in fact. All right, well, here we go. While we're waiting, let's not waste any time. Let's try to get another 7s here. I'm trying for you guys. I really am. I want to get here. Okay, let's go here. We're going to turn off the oil. We're going to do that again one more time, probably. And let that drain a little bit. Put that off to the side. Then we're going to do a shell. I'm going to show you how to do a taco shell from scratch. We don't like the store-bought ones. Yeah, you could buy those store-bought ones. Mike Teeter was saying, yeah, that's how I just use the store-bought. No, Mike. Sorry, we don't do store-bought here. That particular way. All right, so we take a shell. This is just a regular corn tortilla shell. We'll go ahead and we'll just put this in so like this. And we probably shouldn't have turned off the burner, but that's okay. We'll still have enough heat left over. And this also flavors your tortilla. What? The fishy? Yeah, you want that full effect of everything that you possibly can produce in the way of what you're cooking. So for example, you want fish flavor or enhancement of the fish product, put it in your tortilla, leave it in your oil. I wouldn't recommend that to put French fries or something in, if you're not a fish fan, but the oil used from the fish, and then you would do your shells. That's how I would do it. A lot of people would do your shells first and then your fish. Not I. I will go ahead and do the fish first just to flavor that tortilla. And again, that's just enough. We're going to go ahead and put that there. All right, you have, ladies and gentlemen, the loved ones of the show. And by the way, this is your show. See how that fits in there? This is just an ensemble that you can pick up, again, at any Walmart for a very measly, frugal $5. Well, that's today. It might be $7 by tomorrow. Have you noticed the prices of food and stuff? Everything is just outrageous. This slaw is the slaw from kind of the concept of last week, although it's not last week's slaw. You would take a bottle of apple juice and apple cider vinegar or whatever you want to put in there and just kind of wet your slaw down just a tad. You want that slaw just lightly wetted, okay? And next we'll put our fish. Let's go ahead and put our two slivers of fish. This is that beautiful cod from Alaska. We'll put that right there and this right here. And then we'll go ahead and put a little bit more slaw just to say we did. And then on top of the slaw, what we're going to do is we have a chipotle. Now, chipotle is a red chili pepper known to New Mexicans. We love this type of sauce. Mayonnaise, a little ketchup, a lot of chipotle flakes, and some cilantro. And you would just drizzle that literally over that taco just like that. And I could finish doing those too, the ones that are already here. And what you get there is just that amazing flavor. It's not a salsa, so it's not going to, I think the whole concept here is not to make your fish soggy. If you were to put a wet salsa, which you have here, the dolphins are guarding that salsa rather nicely. But we have another one there we can go ahead and do too. I might as well do them all up because everybody's going to want a fish taco. I know that when they leave here today. But again, we would just literally drizzle that with, oh my Lord have mercy. Didn't it look beautiful? That is the chipotle cream that goes with your fish taco. Now, you can put your lime in there. Now, how would you serve this? Well, you would literally put your tortware, as we provide here, and go ahead and put your 2 tacos. We have so much stuff going on here. Put your 2 tacos nestled up against here. I hear the spinner has arrived, loved ones. So you would put your 2 fish tacos here. You'd put your chips in your queso or whatever you'd like there. As far as your, let's get a little lime over here. And this is a codfish. Yes, we mentioned it a couple times. It is an Alaskan cod, fresh, and you could find that anywhere at your stores. And so that is your fish taco with your tortware. And again, you put your chips there. Now, some people might want to put some rice and some beans and whatever. Here comes JB. Hello there, JB. Stands for John the Baptist. Okay, so that is how it. Ladies and gentlemen, loved ones, this is fish tacos. Try it. It's new, it's different, it's trendy. People are like, yeah, I don't know, fish tacos? Are you serious? Yeah, give it a shot, because I'm telling you, on our lovely tortware, too, by the way, how fragile is this? It's kind of fragile, but you warn your guests, but you would put it on your plate. Why use a plate when you can do something edible? They can literally dip the flour tortilla, which is a very good tortilla, by the way, into the final resting ground of your queso or your guacamole. So is that not cool? We have Goldie. We have the presentation of the dolphins. If somebody wanted to put some salsa on top of that, they could have. It's all right there, loved ones. That's called fish tacos. It's in celebration and commemorating of the beautiful Mexican revolution of the French. And, Napoleon III, he had 8,000 troops to 4,000 troops. I think it's kind of a cool story. And anybody deserves freedom. And I believe that's what that was all about, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, one more. All right, one more time. One more time, baby. Give it to me, give it to me, give it to me, give it to me. Oh! All right, so we got one. Anyways, all right, we need a spinner. And where do we put the spinner, Steve? Well, that's a good idea. That's a good question. We don't think about that. We don't think about the spinner when the spinner comes, but I'm going to go ahead and hand you that if you can make some room. We do have to get rid of a little room here because this is where the part of the show where I give away the spin. Now, if you were new to the show, okay, I just don't want to miss out on an opportunity. If you were new to the show, then you realize that you had to put your name in the comment section. Everyone knows that by now, I'm sure. But if they don't, your name should have been in the comment section because that is how you are going to win the first $200. Now, we give $200 away twice. We've been doing that now for like 7 or 8 weeks. I'm going to mix some stuff up and do some new stuff. First of all, the winner, the $100 of the jackpot, is going to be this person right here. So is everyone paying attention? We have a good number today, too. I was wondering how many people are going to return because we're not giving away a Jeep. I'm just curious. All right, so we have a good crowd anyways. Okay, so this is going to be for the person who won the jackpot. We had 777s on the Lucky Irish. That person is going to be, God, this person is the luckiest person in the world. Didn't we just give her a Jeep? Lisa Rogers has just won $100. She can put some gas in that Jeep when we get there. All right, that's the jackpot. Now for the $200. She will not win the $200. She will not win the $50. She will not win anything else today. I promise you that. Lisa Rogers, congratulations if you are watching because you're here in the spin. From the state of Michigan, and we will be there with that Jeep in time for that situation. Oh, wow, very cool. I am so glad. By the way, I'm so glad you're back. Rick77, Alicia the baby, these guys have been with us since day one. Emily Gott, give it up for Emily. Emily, you've won the first $200 on the show today, and then I'm so glad. Emily Gott, ladies and gentlemen, Idaho is your home state, and I'm so glad Rick is probably working today. Alicia, did you hear that? Your mama just won $200. Woohoo, baby! All right, this is going to be for the last $200, and we're just going to put, uh-oh, somebody, all right. Somebody fell out. When you fall out of a car going 60 miles an hour, you give them a little mercy. All right. Wow, this has got to be somebody fairly new. I'm not too familiar with Chef 65. That's one of your people. Wow, is that your accountant? Your CPA? I thought so. Michael Teeter has brought a lot of people in here. And by the way, we keep an eye on that a little bit. Yeah, sure we do. But Michael Teeter brought Chef 65. You're another lucky recipient of $200, my good friend. All right, so let's just spin away here. I'm going to grab a handful of participants here that is the $50 spin that we do on a weekly basis. I wish it could be more. Again, this is not a lot of money, loved ones. I know that, but hey, I hope it helps That whole thing's just gonna come apart. All right, so 50 bucks. Hey, it'll fill up half your tank. It'll put some groceries on the table. And boy, God, today, I mean, this 50 bucks is dwindling fast. Roberta Garcia out there in Mountaineer, you won $50. That's kind of cool. You have a grandson, I believe it is, coming in, I'm sorry? July, coming in July, a grandson. That's going to be your first too, by the way. We just had ours too. It's so fun. I don't know why they're born last. It should be brought into the family first, and then I don't know. You know that Michael Garcia. Is that the same? Is that the same mom? Is Michael Garcia? Is that Roberta's mom or son? How that works, I don't know. 50 bucks there, Andrew Martell. Oh my God, first time Andy, baby. Now Andrew and I go way back. He used to have an ice cream truck. He bought a car from me about 15 years ago, and he's now a viewer on the show. His lovely wife won something last week, so you guys are doing really good here in New Mexico. But Andy Martell, you got a $50 check coming to you as well. And Sandra Herrera, yay, Sandra. I'm glad you're on the show. Another very good customer of Exodus Auto Sales. Been a customer for years. Next up, $50. Here we go. Marissa, not Melissa, but Marissa Garcia. Man, we got 3 Garcias. Is that all related? Is it possible, or is that just, that's like Smith and Jones in probably California or somewhere. Carrie Gould, or it could be Corey, excuse me, Corey. Corey Gould with 50, and again, I probably pronounced that name wrong. I pronounced my own name wrong, so please do not despair. We have almost 100 people. You guys really came close. And by the way, I was told that we hit 5,000 on our subscribers. We opened the show at $49.95. I don't know if we hit it. Somebody's saying yes, somebody's saying no. I'd love to hit 5,000. That'd be kind of cool. 5,000 is quite a mark. As I mentioned, about 100 people watch the show. 150 people a week watch the live show. The post show. If you missed the live show, you can go and watch the post show, which is placed right after the show. You can't participate in any of the winnings, of course. However, you get to see the live portion of the show. About 400 people tune into that after the show. So about 500 or 600 people watch this live. We're trying to get those numbers up because that is how YouTube pays us. Yeah, I know. We hear this every week, Steve. Blah, blah, blah. Well, it is how we get paid. And the more I get, the more you're going to get. And that's how it works. I'm not keeping any of this. And so that's how it works. I love all of you. Next week, we have, a fantastic show. Hamburger Month and Hamburger Day collide right in front of each other on that particular day. We're going to grind our own meat, but not just any meat. I'm going to show you how to grind your own meat. You will never eat, I promise this, you will never eat another hamburger anywhere else but your house. I love you. I want you to have a great week. Everybody that tuned in, you are loved, and I can't wait. It is the new SteveHenryShow.com. I need you to register into the AWeber. Yeah, give us a little bit of name. That's how you win. That's how you get a check. I need your address. Anyone who won today, I need you to follow up with an address if we do not have it. We did 5,000. I got the word. We got 5, baby. JB Moses, come on in here. We're going to celebrate. Have a great week, everybody. We'll see you next week for Hamburger Week, Hamburger Month, Hamburger Year, Hamburger Everything. See you next week. Bada bing, bada boom.